By the late 19th century, Japan was undergoing a profound transformation. With the Meiji Restoration, the country embraced modernization, adopting Western technologies and reforming its political and military structures. The samurai class, which had dominated the social hierarchy for centuries, began losing its prestige and influence. The samurai code of honor, Bushido, which emphasized loyalty and sacrifice, seemed increasingly out of place in a world where efficiency and progress were the new priorities. At the center of this transition was Saigō Takamori, a traditional samurai who had fought for the restoration of imperial authority but now found himself at odds with the reforms he had once supported. He believed that Japan was losing its identity as it modernized too quickly. To Saigō, the modern army, with its Western firearms and mass conscription, represented the death of samurai honor. Resentment among the samurai, especially in the Satsuma region, grew as their traditions were dismantled. Saigō became the leader of this discontent. To him and his followers, Japan's modernization was a betrayal of the values that had built the nation. Although he knew the Meiji government was far stronger, Saigō also knew that his honor would not allow him to passively accept the destruction of his culture. So, in 1877, he decided to rebel. The Satsuma Rebellion was a resistance movement against the new imperial army. The samurai of Satsuma, armed with swords and spears, faced a modern army equipped with rifles and cannons. The first battles took place in the mountains of Satsuma, where the rebels used guerrilla tactics to ambush government troops. Early on, Saigō and his men won a few victories, boosting the samurai's morale. However, these wins were soon overshadowed by the technological superiority of the imperial forces. The siege of Kumamoto Castle became a turning point. Saigō hoped that by capturing the fortress, he could shift the war in his favor. However, government forces were well armed and prepared for a long siege. For weeks, the samurai attempted to storm the castle, but they were constantly repelled by heavy artillery and rifles from the imperial army. When government reinforcements arrived, the rebels were forced to retreat. The defeat at Kumamoto was a devastating blow to the samurai. After this defeat, Saigō and his men retreated to the mountains of Shiroyama, where they prepared for their final stand. Knowing they were surrounded, the samurai, now vastly outnumbered and lacking resources, readied themselves to fight to the death. Their morale remained intact despite the dire situation. To them, surrender was unimaginable. The Battle of Shiroyama was the final battle of the Satsuma Rebellion. On the morning of September 24, 1877, the imperial troops launched an all-out assault, supported by heavy artillery. The samurai, armed with swords and spears, made one last heroic charge against the enemy forces, inflicting significant casualties, but ultimately, they succumbed to the numerical and technological superiority of the imperial forces. Wounded in battle, Saigō Takamori refused to be captured. With the help of his closest followers, he performed seppuku, the samurai ritual suicide, to preserve his honor until the very end. His death marked the end of the rebellion and the collapse of samurai resistance in Japan. Though defeated, Saigō's legacy only grew stronger. Rather than being remembered as a traitor, he was revered as a hero who fought to protect Japan's traditional values. His sacrifice became a symbol of the struggle between tradition and modernity, and his story still resonates in Japanese culture today. Thank you for joining this incredible journey through the history of the last great samurai, Saigō Takamori. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel to keep exploring fascinating stories about warriors, epic battles, and pivotal moments that shaped the world. Stay tuned because more exciting content is on the way. See you in the next video.